Hello, a very good morning to you all. My name is Adi Chris. I'm reaching you from the African Renaissance Television Studio here in London. Ah, Today is funny. Since yesterday, I've been having some kind of internet issues. I hope it gets resolved and we can go through this show. A very big thanks to all of them that are frustrating us today. Yes, uh, as you guys know, uh, it's a big day. It's the 28th of August, 2025, and it's time to take a look at the topic of yesterday, which I really tried to avoid, but I'm back with it. Taxation in Nigeria. Unfortunately, my system is having difficulties uploading the my slide for today. Otherwise, I would have been showing you already some of the most exciting images of the day from the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, telling us that he has been able to do something right. And I wanted to agree with him. Unfortunately, my slide won't let me even come in. But let me see if I can quickly add Asaba because it's going to be between me and Asaba today. I hope that one of us will be able to stay on the platform. Asaba, how are you?
Fine. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, London.
Morning, morning. Yes, maybe it's struggling. I said, let's go on the blue background today. We'll do what we can. Um,
Okay.
yeah, the internet is frustrating. So whatever happens, whoever stays will run the show. Like I said, today is it's one of those days that we thought we were well prepared. I was going to talk about this topic so much that and now I can't even upload the slide, which I really wanted to use to illustrate some of the narrative of the day. Yes, but let's take a look at the most important thing. The general concept of it. What is taxation? Why do people pay tax? Why is it necessary? What are the uses of taxation in a society? Sometimes we say we pay tax to government. Do we really pay tax to government or we pay tax to ourselves? Those are the questions we need to ask. People in authority, listen, Tinubu is there today. He's going to be out tomorrow. Somebody else will be there. Buhari was there. He's out now. Goodluck was there. He's out. Obasanjo is talking from behind right now. And I really wanted to start the discussion with the debate between Obasanjo and Tinubu. And I say, I don't like Tinubu, but let's be fair to him to some extent. Tinubu has displayed leadership to some extent. Leadership, not in the real sense of what I want, but he has displayed leadership. Tinubu came out against all odds. He said, hey, for the country to move forward, this has to be done. And he took that brave step, removed the subsidy. That is in fact, Goodluck tried to do it. One protest, he reversed the decision. Buhari could not do it in his 8 years in office. It's something that needs to be done. He couldn't do it. I think the right thing to do was to do it at that difficult time. My only concern is that if you take these subsidies away, why share the money among the corrupt governors? Even not the corrupt. To call them corrupt would be an insult to corrupt people, like I always say. So ineffective or dormant governors, they are dormant, and that's my problem. They are dormant governors. Why share the money with them? Maybe President Tinubu should take a look at that, and maybe your record is going to be looking better in my book anyway, not in any other person's book. Right now, you have a lot of good records with so many people, not in my book. Tinubu, your biggest failure is using our oil subsidy or sharing our oil subsidies. And now what we have in the state is state like our state, like Delta State, is using sharing the money to build bridges. Mary, Evelyn, how can the money that is meant for refineries or for fuel so we can go around, how can that money be justified? I don't see the justification in
Yeah.
it. Evelyn, are you there? It's going to be a
Yeah, I
fun.
can hear you.
Yes, your network
I
is
can
dead
hear.
again. Hopefully, you manage to stay because I will not be removing you people as much as I would love to. Let me just quickly remove you. I'll bring them back. So and that maybe that give me the opportunity to add to deep this thing. Now, I really want to start the discussion from here. It all started with okay, We cannot afford oil subsidies anymore. It has been removed. So a bulk chunk of money which we used to pay to subsidize the importation of fuel is now in the hands of the government of Federal Republic of Nigeria. What one would have expected is, how do you save the country from that dilemma rather than just taking the whole money and now sharing it among yourself, among the governors who are dormant in the first place? You could have used the money, sir, to build refineries and revive our refineries. It's not the case. That's why people like us, 90% of the reason I am not for Tinubu, and I will vote against him any day, for just that. But to compare him with Buhari, there was a time I was actually liking Buhari, because Buhari was the kind of person that if you want me to accept, what tell I want share money, you would fear. Buhari came with the notion that corruption is no more allowed. He said, if we don't kill corruption, corruption will kill us. But this is the problem, Nigeria. These are not our problems. Corruption is not our problem. Every nation can be corrupt. When you first corrupt people, you deal with it. The only reason you can be corrupt in Nigeria is because the system allows you to be corrupt. You cannot afford to be corrupt in the UK. And we're going to see how, or in the United States, because the system will not allow you. And if you get caught, you face the penalty. Society will move above corruption. Society will move above even insecurity. America yesterday, I saw on Sky News, where a shooting in his primary school, people are dead. We don't have those cases that much in Nigeria. Yeah, we have the pocket of kidnapping now, terrorists. It happens everywhere. What did they do? They try to reinforce their system to fight it, meaning you can't remove it completely from the society. It doesn't make a society a failure. Where the failure really is where you cannot feed yourself. I don't know how much I can say that. The failure of the Nigerian state today is not lack of security. It's not corruption. It's the lack of productivity. And if we can look at that, Nigerians, we'll be solving our problem straight on. Even if you start to be productive, you'll be surprised that those people you said are corrupt, they will not even have the chance to be corrupt. Very good money. There you go. You won't have the chance to be corrupt. You see, it's easy to blame our problem on something that is not there. And that's why I said people should learn to be intelligent and read between the lines. And I'm judging Tinubu on that basis, that Tinubu has failed the country for one thing, using our subsidy or sharing our subsidies again to governors who are dormant, who are dead. They're useless. But let's give Tinubu some more credit. And I want all of us to talk about Tinubu with open mind, because unfortunately I can't see the image here. Obasanjo is of the opinion that Tinubu is continuing the failure of Buhari's government. I disagree. Tinubu is being bold. When I say bold, it's not easy to remove subsidy. Let us give them credit for that. It's not easy to take the state government to court and say, hey, it is time to give the money for the local government to the local government. It's not easy to say, we're going to restructure. This is what I wanted Mary to do for me this morning. Unfortunately, the poor girl is not here now. And it's really unfortunate just because our system all refused to come up. It's not easy to face the trouble of restructuring our VAT redistribution. You see, and I really wanted an economist. I wanted this young girl, because I gave her the time to go and do it. So I wanted to come from her mouth, not from me. What she's been able to find out. So to say that Tinubu is a total failure, I disagree. But has Tinubu failed? Yes. How has Tinubu failed? This is my own opinion. Other people have a lot to say. Corruption is there. I don't believe in corruption. I don't come here and say, oh, Nigerian problem is corruption. You call these people, they are not corrupt, they are idiots. They are fools. Calling them corrupt will be an insult to corrupt people. They are not even qualified to be called corrupt. They are brainless idiots. Now, Mary, Evelyn, and I'm two of you here now. I'm going to ask you this. You have a state that can make 10 trillion in 3 months, or even say, okay, it's every quarter. You can make 10 trillion naira. But you are busy running around 40 billion naira, which is not even enough to run the real affairs of the state. Is that person corrupt? Yes, he's taking the bulk of it because they are misusing the 40 billion. But is that person corrupt or is mentally bankrupt? That's the question I have this morning. And I'm throwing these questions to Nigeria. Let me break it down if you don't get me.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, let me break it down so that you guys can.
For me, I think
yes. I said Delta State can make a minimum of 10 trillion every half of the year, every 6 months. Our income that we make by ourselves should be nothing less than 10 trillion naira. But then we have a government that is masturbating with 40 billion. Of course, they misuse it. Can you tell me that those people are corrupt or they are mentally bankrupt? That's my question. Thank you.
There's no way we can totally separate corruption from their intellectual bankruptcy. I wouldn't call it mentally bankrupt alone. They are both mentally and intellectually bankrupt in terms of development, financial development, and entrepreneurship. You see, because having studied the trajectory of our democratic disposition, I have come to the understanding that they have seen the sharing of federal allocation as a norm, as something that has made them just wait, just like you as a child, wait for your father. It gives you your monthly allowance or your weekly allowance, and you go and spend. You're not looking at how you can generate allowance for yourself as a growing child or as a young adult. You just depend on what comes from your father. That's the scenario we have in Nigeria. And the basic, why do people say they are corrupt? We say these leaders are corrupt because we see what they use this 40 billion, for example, to do is something that is inimical to the financial emancipation of the states. It is not productive. It is not bringing a GDP to the state. Instead, it is creating a financial, I call it a financial soccer way. The money is just coming and is going, and we're not seeing what is being used for.
If that is the case, is that the definition of a qualified corrupt person? Who is a corrupt person?
A corrupt person, corruption is relative, depending on how you want to look at it.
They said, okay, in our case, how do you define corruption?
Corruption is the misuse of public funds for self-aggrandizement.
For self-aggrandizement. They have not even been able to even do much. You see, Oboroni is entitled to 40 billion every 6 months to spend for himself. If he is productive, he can spend that money. Nobody will even complain because he can make 10 trillion. 40 billion is no money for us. How can you call him a corrupt person? For me, he's not corrupt. He's not qualified to be called a corrupt man or a corrupt governor. They are not. I understand where you're coming from. That they're using the money. They are not using. You said they soak away. Yeah, they use this money. They use it. I can wait a minute. The United States or America or the UK government can continue to sponsor people abroad on scholarship if they want to. It won't affect them. You know why? Because they are making money. They have money, so they can spend. The question is, do your state have money? And the answer is no, they don't. The only money your state have today is the money coming from the federal government allocation.
Oh,
They
yeah,
generate some tiny thing they call the internally generated revenue, the IGRO. When you take a look at it, that's why I'm going to talk about the topic of today, which is a very, very sensitive one. I call it taxation in Nigeria. It's not there. We are mentally bankrupt. And I don't want us to be like them, because if we call them corrupt, we are mentally bankrupt too. If I see Oboriwori and he's talking to me about money, I'll tell him, sir, you are not even an evil man. That's the fact. But you are mentally bankrupt. Nobody will receive 40 billion today, 40 billion next month, 40 billion the next month, and think that my life is relying on 40 billion. And I have the resources, I got the potential to make 10 trillion. Is that person corrupt? Nigerians. You see, when I say Tinubu is a total failure, not in all angle, it's a total failure when it comes to the distribution of resources. Okay, let me use one word. To be able to generate income is the number one strength of any government. And one of them is taxation. And I want to give Tinubu credit when it comes to the issue of taxation. It's going to come hard on us. We're going to pay our taxes. And I'm going to take my time, hopefully my network will allow me to analyze the need or the strength of taxation in society. Unfortunately, Asaba is really not having it today as well. Hopefully, I'll be here for some time before the system will kick me out. I have a very bad network also in London. All right. And what I want to drive home today is when we look at revenue generation in Nigeria, we do know that we can generate revenue from 1, oil, 2, taxation, 3, productivity. That is, in fact, this money we get from oil and tax need to be invested in our human and natural resources so we can really realize our God-given potential. What we are feeding on now is manna that came from heaven. Because you are hungry, we cry to God, God gave us oil. That's the only way. But God did not give you oil to spend. He gave you the oil so you can use the money to till your land, to teach your land, and bring out the best which He has deposited in your land. Funny enough, if you not them, for not even say we get oil. Now forget it. Do you know other than oil? No, I don't need to preach to you that we can be the number one in the world when it comes to agriculture. This one will be supplying the world organic food, something they don't have. And unfortunately, Nigerians don't get it. We still have not gotten it. Oh, okay. I look as if these people are back, but they are all in darkness. What is going on? Is it me that is not on the show, or you guys are not on it?
It should be you, because we are okay.
So you can see yourself,
it should
right?
be from your end.
Yes.
Mary
All right.
is here, we are here. So
yeah, it's gonna be me then. Let me sign out. Let me just come out and let you guys do it. Let me see. All right, because from my end here, I cannot see I cannot see you guys. So definitely two of you can see yourself, and you can see me. So it's my network. What I will do is I may just contribute with voice if that is the case. But if I sign myself out of the
you are showing on the show, so you just continue. You are showing, we are seeing you.
We are seeing you. Everything is okay.
All right, so maybe I can continue there in the blind way that you guys are all right there with me. So what I'm trying to say is this: it's a difficult one. What I'm trying to say is that God gave us a lot of things. That's why I said Nigeria is the promised land. We are only feeding on what Oyibo discovered for us, which is oil. Now, other areas which civilized people used to generate money is one is taxation, which is something I'm going to talk about at length today. But Even if we make a lot of money from taxation, we're going to take that to Tinubu. This is where Tinubu failed. If we make a lot of money from taxation, a lot of money from oil, it's supposed to be used to tilt our land so that we can become what God made us. I said only Delta State can generate 10 trillion every 6 months. So in a year, we can generate 20 trillion. Delta State. Imagine every state generate 20 trillion. How much would it will make it? 20 trillion times 36 or 37. How much is that? That is what God has given to us. But our yearly budget is not even up to 40, it's 50 trillion, and we are jumping. The country, not even the state. Now, Tinubu, this is my argument with Tinubu, and I really wish he listened to me. Thank you, Tinubu, for saving money with the subsidy. It's a waste because we are like children that collect money and just spend. You did right. We can't pay the subsidy. One would have thought we have the oil. Why not use the money to construct refineries and give us petrol? If Dangote cannot do it, Nigerian government cannot do it. That's the thing I don't understand. Dangote, an individual, is doing it. Nigerian government cannot do it. The state cannot do it. It doesn't add up to that. So, okay, if we take that away, another area, this is why I say Tinubu is not a total failure. Where Tinubu is not trying to work, when he said, he used a very big statement that he has tampered corruption. Mary, and I want you to talk to us on this. Has Tinubu really tampered corruption? Now, before you address that, Michael, let's look at, and all of you in the show today, and all of you Nigerians looking at me, let us address it from the issue of taxation. And now, how he has redistributed, how he plans to redistribute the wealth. Now, from the CBN, in those days, to get this, if you want to go out and get foreign exchange, to go out of the country, now disaster. Some people were getting it at a very unique rate, others were not getting it at that rate. My question is, has Tinubu been able to make foreign exchange available to every Nigerian at the same rate? And that is the question, because he's trying to make a statement to that extent. I've not been able to prove that. Nigerians, if he has been able to do that, then he has been able to really stamp out corruption. It does not make sense that some people can go and collect the foreign reserve and sell to us. That was how some people were making money. You ask yourself, all the bloody bureau de change, where do they get dollar? They get the dollar from the CBN at a good rate, and they come and sell to you in the black market. In the United Kingdom, there is no difference between what rate you get in the bank and the rate you get on the street. It's the same. There may be 1 or 2 cents, but Nigeria owner, you can just buy your foreign exchange and go and sell in the black market. You're already rich. Who does that? And I want you people to understand. I try to break this down so that you can understand. The banks, that's why you see them getting better. If you own a bank in Nigeria, you are blessed because you have access to foreign. You can now go to the CBN and collect allocation. You know, I mean, you'll be entitled because of your people, your customers who are there, who are not even aware. You can go to the federal government and say, I need maybe 1 trillion, or not trillion now, no, maybe 1 billion in US dollars for my customers. They are entitled to it, and they get it at a very good rate. Now, instead of giving it to the customer, they go and sell it in the black market. Maybe you get it for 1.2, you sell for 1.5. Are you not bloody rich for doing nothing?
Sure, yeah.
That's how they've been raping us, Mary. I want to know if President Tinubu has been able to address that. I'm not sure. That is the gray area I'm trying to say. I'm not sure this show. So I will not condemn him yet until I find out that. Number 2, Tinubu is saying, okay, the number of oil you generate in your area determines how much we share for you. The same way, the number of VAT tax you generate, that's how we're going to share it too. Is that not fair?
It is.
Because some states are not generating any money. Lagos is generating close to 1 trillion. Lagos generate close to 1 trillion. Now, the ratio at which this money is being shared, what they use population, meaning Kano, which has a population of 15 million, will get money, even if they don't, they will get more than Lagos, who generate the money, even if Kano come up with some stupid law that people should not drink. So there will be no tax, such tax collected in Kano State.
But this is
You
one
know
of the things they have been able to do, and that's why they see him as an enemy. Or that's why
exactly.
they see him as the enemy. He has been able to work on some of this part as well, you know.
Thank you. You say make your people say men not drink alcohol for your place, but you want to eat the money from alcohol. Now poison you they eat.
If
God
they
did
lock
not
your
say
shop,
you
you
should
will pay. If you are selling alcohol, they lock your shop. There's an amount they are charging you to pay. So it means they are making money from it. If you will
and
sell,
then,
though, but you have to pay that money. So
and the
but how
money
come
now
they allow you to sell when you
you
pay?
see, and the money you collect in Lagos, they are not sharing it for them, baby. Who does that? If your religion does not allow you to sell alcohol, it should not allow you to take the proceeds
To
from
collect
alcohol.
any money that comes from it.
Exactly. It's
And
moral.
why can somebody be able to bail it? Why will you be able to a kind of still get the access to sell when you have money to bail yourself? Whenever they come and lock up your shop.
Now,
It's
I want us
another
to
means
look
of
at
them
where
making money.
Tinubu has passed exams. And Tinubu did something no government has been able to do. I have been able to analyze on this show that if we want to succeed, it's going to be the local government. If I tell you what these governors are doing with the local government money, in fact, you will stone Oboriwori today. If you know what Oboriwori did with the local government allocation of last month, you will not greet them. You will not greet Ibori. You will not greet Okowa. You will not greet Oduan. When the money will come, it will come to the local government, to the state account. They will share what they want to the local government. What they want to maybe. So in those days, when we did secondary school, they go put all of us for the same class. For our dining, na hostel. Class 1 to 5 go dey the same dining. You understand? So all of us, meaning one senior go the supervisor now, the senior now be the one dey class 5. Senior go say, maybe now you when they dey class 1, now they serve food, now you go serve the food. Senior say, put in my own until I laugh. You don't hear that one, Mary? The food not plenty, you go to put for your own until they laugh. If you not laugh, if you stop, Mary, you what if they fight for that school, you will see. So you go to put until senior laugh. That's exactly what you see now. Governor go give you what you want. If you talk until governor laugh, local government will shut up. That's what will be going. Tinubu said, no, let's take these people to court. Mr. Tinubu, why is the money not going to them now? I don't blame Tinubu completely. If Tinubu stop these governors, he might not get the 2027 ticket. They will deal with him. Because the governors, they are demonic. They have the money. Tinubu, yes, have money at the federal level. Only he go win the election. He need all these demons to win the election. Why are we not talking about what he has done? The man don't try his best. Why are we not putting pressure really on the states to make sure this money gets to the local government? Why are we not doing our own part? Tinubu, they do evil. I never support Tinubu once. I will never vote for Tinubu. But do you see what he has done right? So it will be wrong to say Tinubu is equal to Buhari. Tinubu has shown leadership. Where Tinubu has failed us, identify it at the beginning of this show. He has failed us by not using this money to raise more money and not challenging the state or not. Now he has done something right. The first time, even when they were going on strike, when people were complaining, Tinubu was going to use one word: tell your state governors to pay you the minimum wage. That was what the man was indirectly saying. He could not say it more. The common enemy were the people. They need to be together. Otherwise, the federal government was ready to pay. The state were not ready to pay. How can the state pay if they don't work? And now you are agitating for more states. You want state police. Who is going to pay? You see,
even the minimum wage, is it even enough for the people?
It's not.
Is it enough?
It's not. It's not. And when we go through the papers today, we're going to see all the rubbish on the papers. How they are telling people that you cannot
I
do
think
this.
Hope Uzodinma has increased his own. But we'll see that.
Yes, he has
It's still an
increased.
insult. That is an
And
insult. I saw the figures.
that's one of the reasons why corruption comes in, because what they are giving these people is not enough. So they think of other ways they are going to be making money.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, it's not right. And that's why they cannot get pension too. So we are robbing ourselves. That's why I want to talk about the topic of today, taxation.
When you look at the issue of the corruption, no, the emphasis has been so much Tinubu, Sheriff, Tinubu, Sheriff. But then they are just CEOs of an organization. They have an organogram where you have departmental heads, where are the ministers or commissioners, you have the permanent secretaries, and you have heads of departments. Tinubu might not come to the Murtala Mohammed International Airport to come and do the work of customs or at the seaports at Lagos. So you see, this individual, we as Nigerians, we are equally part of the problem of the mental deficiency and intellectual deficiency of the totality of all of us.
We are.
So I kind of agree and disagree, engineer. Why? Yes, we have failed Nigeria because of the language of the topic we're going to talk today, taxation. All we really need to do as a people is pay our taxes. It's up to the government to manage our resources. The job of managing our resources is in the hands of the government. And the government is under the head of somebody. If God wants to ask you what is wrong in your family, engineer, he will not call your wife. He will call on you. That's why the Bible said you are the head of the family. And if you look at the Bible recognizes the male child as a generation. You are responsible for what happened in your home.
Yes, he's responsible for what happened in his home. But do you know that we, maybe the children and their wives, we can also be doing things that will drag him the head down.
Exactly. And it's up to him to react. It's up to him to say, no, this is not standing. Why did they make you head of the home? You have been made the head of the home so that you can exercise authority. And that's why the Bible keeps oppressing women. Anytime you see people preaching today, you must respect your husband. You must respect your husband. The reason so that there will be law and order in the home. If the husband fails in his duty, that home will collapse. How can you tell women not to talk? To always respect the man, and you're blaming them for what happened in the home. Everywhere does it work? It doesn't make sense. And I know it's kind of difficult to do this. I'm going to talk about the topic of today a little bit so that I can keep quiet. Today, I said, let us look at the issue of taxation. We get Tinubu has going to do well. He has not done it, but he's going to do well. You know, the last time I came and I said, the UK, I put it on this show, how much the UK government generate from taxation? Maybe you can just Google and say, how much does the UK government, just like this, Google, does the UK government generate from taxation annually? How much does Nigeria generate from taxation annually? Now, there's no magical. It's either Nigeria make money from oil.
How about you say UK, how much they generate? It's like as if we say Nigerians will start paying tax from next year. Tax in which country? The one that is stable.
I wonder.
With which economy? They are funny. With which economy? You want to do tax, for example, that I'm having which lights once in a week or twice in a week? Which light am I paying tax for?
I know, maybe.
I'm using lights.
Maybe if we do
how
that.
much am I buying gas? Are you the one giving me gas? Is this place UK? Are you the one buying gas for me? The one I use in my house.
Let me
add. Are they the one paying for it?
That's why I wanted to start with the water taxation. Let us understand tax first.
And you rent some houses, no water. No, they have not reached that standard. You should calm down. He's rushing. They have not gone half of it. I don't know.
I understand. It's a difficult thing to say in Nigeria. But let me say this. I would still try to say what I think. Mary, even when you go to form a group now, any organization, say any small organization, the first thing they do, let us contribute some money. So we have money to do this, so we have money to do that. That's what even a small group will do. Sometimes they say it's a donation. Sometimes they will task every member of the group to drop so amount of money. The reason they do that, so the organization will have the money to do what they need. Now, that is the meaning, that is the word taxation. Even the church have to introduce tithe so that the church will have money to do what they need to do, which is biblical. Either by donation or or mandatory. You will need to pay tax to society, to your group, to wherever you belong. It is normal. Now, how they use this money is our concern, and that is where we are having this disillusion. That is wrong to pay tax. Otherwise, I think
how they use the money should tell if we should pay or not.
I agree.
But now it seems it's going to be imposed. It's going to be a compulsory thing, even when we don't want it.
No.
Because why I see it, they are going to go through the banks.
How are they going to tax people? How are they going to tax people?
They are going to go through the banks.
How many people? I mean, everybody will withdraw their money from the bank. I mean, how are they going to tax people? 70% of Nigerians are in the informal sector. They are not earning from you. You want to tell me somebody
and you think you are not earning from the government?
The
informal sector, wait, engineer, the informal sector are still complaining, no light. Where is the government going to get you light if you don't pay your tax?
When the informal sector is seeing that decrease every year, they budget billions and billions of naira for the power sector, and they see that people are looting, people are indicted for having subverted these finances.
Yes.
And nobody's held accountable.
Engineer, have you seen that? You are in the press, you are in the media. Somebody else can say that. Have you sat down with people from the power sector and they tell you their challenges? We don't have enough. We're not generating no power. No, yes, it's okay to say that you're losing the money.
There are challenges. Look at the national grid between the first quarter of this, from the last quarter of last year to the second quarter of this year. It collapsed how many times? And they spent over 1 trillion naira. Say they are the major issue. The national grid are collapsed. They keep spending money. We don't see what they spend the money for. When they budget money for transmission, they said we're privatizing from NEPA to BEDC, EEDC, and all that. We have not seen the effects of the privatization. The effects of privatization have not been felt, and people have been investigated, and they have been found to have looted some of these monies. What they now do, they just jump, they show alliance, start propagating the ideals of the ruling party. Their sins become forgiven. The judiciary have been gagged. They can't carry out their responsibility. So it's a tough one. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's a tough call. If we continue like this with this mentality, we're not going to have a nation.
People must go to jail first, that decrease, before it will start working. Yeah, if we can jail, let me say something.
In fact, jail is not your problem. You put people in jail, you're going to feed them. Listen to me, man.
They decrease. They're not going to die. Is it only have you noticed a trajectory when the big man commits a financial crime, has a crime, and is put through the court processes? The next thing collapses in court. The next thing wants to go for medical checkup abroad. But the poor man, when police beat, confess what he not do, he doesn't collapse in court. He'll be sentenced to jail for stealing goats. When people that steal billions, nothing. That because if we don't, the biggest problem with Nigerians, people like us now, is lack of trust on the side of government. They have betrayed us so much. Now, you were talking something about integrity. How can a CBN governor that should have intellectual capacity have looted the country in collusion with those in government to the level he did, and building those big mansions in Abuja for what? Come to Agbo, look at what he built. The AFCC sees that increase with WIPO. I think he's like having the whole of South London to himself.
Okay.
These are people, if we don't change this,
why I agree with you, engineer, why I agree with you, is that man, is that idiot Nigeria? Is that idiot our collective destiny? You see,
it's part of it because
no, it's
part
not.
of it because he manages. He's the CBN governor. Do you?
Yes.
If I had,
and you cannot say Nigeria must fail because you have a stupid CBN governor. You can't get rid of the governor.
Yes, but the system is a collaborative system of governance. It's not just the head. The stealing in collusion. Go to CBN. Imavele, give Evelyn $200 million executive order. There's no bureaucracy, no documentation. Evelyn comes to me as CBN governor. I hand over $200 million to her. She carries it to Mary, who is the INEC chairman, for example. Mary, make sure election goes as planned.
Yes, engineer, speculation is not evidence.
All
these
Was it not wrong to me that was saying
I'm not disputing them.
Although he didn't mention names, he was saying some people go over there to collect money. He said it, though he didn't mention their name.
And that's what the ordinary Nigerian want to hear. But that is not to say that is not good for us. That idiots are doing what? Let me finish.
Okay, sir.
You guys have said something really important. Yes, these guys are wrong. They are doing what they do. They are destroying our destiny. But we have a collective hope. The hope that if someone like Peter Obi will become president, he will need the money to work. And so we are not going to say Nigeria should destroy because of Mepeli. Because we still have hope that someone like Peter Obi will use this money to build us. Now, if Peter becomes president, as you all wish, where is he going to get the money to work? He going to use it. He will still need to tax us. He will still need to. It's just that the only difference is that the money will not just be well utilized, it will be used for productive reasons. That's the only reason. That's the difference between Tinubu and of course, Peter has not come to office. But the only thing that makes it
if we have someone credible and we have a governance that is reliable, we don't have an issue paying tax.
Daddy Chris, if Peter Obi comes, if Daddy Chris,
what you said now makes sense.
If Peter Obi, yes, that's what if Peter Obi comes now and says, moving this country forward, I have to implement some tax policies. I plead with all of you to please pay tax. Daddy Chris, to God who made me, Nigerians will go happy to pay the tax.
But let me say this. Let me say
this.
Wait, no, don't come. Wait. Not just talking. You are preaching to the choir. Tinubu did that. He came on the first day and preached to Nigerians that we cannot afford this fuel subsidy anymore. He had to take it out. What has he done wrong?
Now, let me tell you what he did wrong. For you now, for you to say you want us to pay tax first, you have to block those loopholes that our taxes have been plundered.
Yes.
Nigerians have to see, first and foremost, that there's accountability in the taxation process. 75% of our taxation as a country
goes into private tax yet. We are talking of the subsidy now. This man, this is what, no, let's follow Tinubu. Let's not go to what he has not done. Tinubu came, he said we cannot afford. I'm ashamed to defend Tinubu, but I am going to be sincere in the area he has done well. The man came and said we cannot afford this. Let us stop it. Like I said, my only anger with him is sharing the money with the governor. He has not taken the money and kept it to himself alone. He now shared the money among the governors. Supposing this governor now use the money and till their land, we Nigerians not right. Will we be where we are now? If Obori has invested in refineries, farms, airlines, will Delta State not grow? He's not collecting his own share from the federal government. The share of that oil has been shared to him. You see, I'm sorry. You see, listen, I'm not talking about the taxation yet. I'm even talking about, you see, sometimes the country is difficult to govern. Now, what the man has done, Tinubu has done number two. I have analyzed one. You see, they're talking about CBN governor. If you know how much you're talking about, you'll be confused.
Chris,
yes.
The point here is, what are they collecting tax for? Right now, I'm not even talking about any other things. What is pushing them to want to collect tax? In which country?
Okay.
In which country are they collecting? That's my problem.
I know your
What
answer.
is the
I
tax for
understand your
like?
exaggeration.
You know,
And
the
I
thing is,
suppose
if for example UK people say they are collecting tax in UK, there's a reason they are collecting the tax. You
You know
see
what
that it is worth
you
it.
know what is reason.
Nigeria, what are you collecting tax for?
I agree. Now let me explain that, Mary. And you're right. In the UK, my children have free education. In fact, they are paid from the day they are born. My kids, if you born today, the next day government will be start paying. Now the women they collect them. Anyway, you understand? They'll start paying the child. Then from that child until the child gets to 16 and becomes a man of his own, he's paid. And at 16, he's entitled to his own house. Do you understand? That is a system. If I am sick now, Mary, I get treatment for free. I'm back in university education because the system has provided for me. And it will be sick for me not to want to give back. But they did start like this. So that is the system Nigeria want to see. But somebody get to fix it. Somebody get to fix this. And that is what we're saying. It's not going to be at once. The system has been broken down to pieces before Tinubu came. It's dead. Right from the Football Federation is dead. Listen, we're talking of every sector. It's broken. The man is now treating one at a time. He started with subsidies. If you know how much we're spending on subsidy, it's not attainable. The man said, okay, we're not going to do that. The only question is, now you collected this money, you save this money for the country. Tinubu, why punish us? Why not punish the big boys? That's the thing I wanted to ask him. But okay, exactly. If that is the thing, that's one of the way you raise money. Why not use the money to give us petrol? That would at least give us electricity. And the worst of it, if we had electricity today, we would have been saying that, listen, the reason you have electricity today is because of oil subsidy. Tinubu cannot defend that. He's only telling us he has shared the money with the government. That is where his total failure comes in. Otherwise, there is need, maybe, for the government to collect this money. There's need for us to pay tax. Because with tax, we will have a better education. We have a better healthcare. Mary, what is going on in Nigeria is unattainable. It's wrong. That you're sick and you're on your own. It's not done anywhere in the world. It's not. I'm afraid of Nigeria.
I'm not that Chris. Now, me fear pass. This tax we're talking about first. Let's understand something. Public servants, civil servants, workers all pay tax from their business. I know a lot of private companies in Delta State here that pay tax. That is one. Then the market women pay tax.
Schools.
They don't just
schools.
Pay. I'm telling you, schools pay tax. I'm coming Mary. I'm reading that for him, so I don't know what they are talking about. The market women pay tax.
Individual, they won't collect for individual.
98% of Nigerians are already paying tax.
To pay tax. It's wrong. No, don't say that. Nigerians, even in the UK, they don't see you on the street and say, come and pay your tax. They will pay tax from their salary.
Before you operate any sector in this country, you are paying tax.
Local government,
exactly.
There are even a lot of multiple taxation. My biggest worry is they should block those loopholes. 75% of these taxes go into private pockets.
Exactly.
And
which is good.
Nobody is being held accountable.
So, engineer, I like it now. So we should tell our government to block the loopholes and let our tax be our money. Because the money we are contributing is not your money, Mr. President. It's our money. You cannot collect our money and begin to spend it among yourself. That is the problem we have. Unfortunately, the government of Nigeria today collect our money and share among themselves. That is the narrative. And that's why people are angry, Mr. Tinubu. But that is not to say Nigerians that we don't need to pay tax. We need to pay the collecting money, put it in one place so that we can use it for ourselves. Let us put that in our
Let's see the use. There are people in Delta State, for example, in Delta State, there are a lot of multiple taxation. Now, if we are to seriously block the loopholes of taxation in Delta State, we should have an IGRO of about 30 to 40 billion monthly. But now it's less than 10 billion. But nobody, if you look at, you have never heard them talk about, they only talk about the allocation. Nobody has talked about what of our IGRO, what did they use it for? Nobody has said anything about that. The fact federal allocation comes from Abuja. The next thing they share, they will say this is what they use it for. What of the FAC allocation? like the IGRO. And now what do these politicians do that is annoying? Government should have an organ, an MDA that has given full autonomy to do this. But what do? They use it to empower political stooges. We are come. You, Evelyn, okay, take charge of market women taxes. So where do you, and Evelyn, if Evelyn collects 100 million, she will remit only 1 million to government coffers. Then how do you build? How do you grow? And the other people you see
that you are always good at giving instances, and most of these instances is a guess. I know you think it's right.
Daddy Chris, is not a guess. I'm telling you what I'm in the state. I tell you what we know.
You cannot prove it. You cannot.
Daddy Chris, I'm not going to prove it.
Wait, let me tell engineer. Wait. There's a new law today in Nigeria, and we're going to take a look at that. Mary is going to talk us through it. There's a new cyber law. Please, all of you should read it. Now, it's okay to open your mouth and say something, but I'm not letting to be able to defend it. Now, in law, if you say something and the thing is true, nobody can take you to anywhere. But if it's a lie, then you are in trouble. You are in the public domain. Let us be guided with how we put it. I have been the most blatant when it comes to this. But anything I say, I will tell you I go open book for you. When I come on this show, I bring statistics that are there. I don't invent them. I don't speculate. I only suggest, just by way of saying that. What I'm saying in Nigeria is this. The government also going to, if got this kind of narrative, will make the job very difficult for any government. I pray to, I will tell Peter Obi, I don't want to be you. Even if you win presidency today, you will be in a mess. Obama is about one of the cleanest human beings you could have met. He was struggling on the job as a president. He was struggling. He wasn't corrupt, though, yet he was struggling. Now, if you understand the structure of a society, if Tinubu will say today, to hell with the governors, they're not going to put him back. They will gang up against him. If Tinubu not share money to the governors, in fact, don't you ask yourself, Tinubu want the money to go to the local government. The governors are protesting. Have you people been able to even interfere into that issue? I'm talking of your president now, trying to do the best. I don't like Tinubu. But now the man is struggling to make sure that the local government money gets to the local government so that we can get to the grassroots. The governors are blocking it. As we speak now, the money is not being, it's not only Tinubu that wanted to do it too. Buhari wanted to do it. They didn't even give him a chance. Tinubu took the brave step, took them to court and won. As we speak, the money is still with the states, governors. Do you ask yourself this question? Who tied Tinubu hand? So if he wanted to do it and he went to court, and now his hands are tied, don't you ask yourself why? We don't need rocket science here. Tinubu have done so many things that no other person dare to do. The thing Tinubu is lacking is productivity. If Tinubu start to be productive today, Nigeria will fly. Because if like say Tinubu don't put some pepper for some people eye. You think those people that just collect the government money and go allocate, maybe, wait, the richest people in Nigeria will be those people who can just tap on some money, go and collect $1 and sell on the street. For doing nothing, maybe you're making even 500 naira for every $1. Imagine all you need to do is struggle to get money from the CBN. Tinubu is trying to block that. Do you think those people are poor? They're going to keep quiet and leave him alone? He's saying to say governor, the money should go to the local government. You think they are quiet? They actually fight back. That young man, whether they call what's his name? The married boyfriend for FCT. I remember when he was governor of Wike, when he was governor of Rivers State. He was the first to protest that the law says it should come to the state and it must come to the state. What are you doing with it, Wike? Putting the money in your account. Is it your money? It's local government money. They refuse.
You know that Tinubu cannot do it all. That's the reason why he's saying the people should hold these governments, their governors, and their local chairmen accountable.
God bless you, my daughter. The man hands are tied. Tinubu is greedy. He wants to win the second election. I know. So he's trying to play politics and try to work. That's the fear. He cannot do it once. Look, let me tell you this. If your local government gets 450 50 million naira this month end, if Ethiope West get that money now, I can see the life in Ethiope West. Are you telling me that Ethiope West local government get 400 something million in a month? Go and look at the local government areas. Go and look at the council. Do they look like people that have 50 million? Do they look like it? That is my statement when he be like, he get 50 million. My people, we need to be serious. We need to be serious. At the insult person, I know they talk like. The figures is annoying. Now, if we're going to get a president, I wish, Obasanjo, let me say this. I want Peter Obi to be president of Nigeria. But let us be constructive. Today, we have the sitting president. His name is President Ahmed Tinubu. As long as we accept to have sworn him in, we need to give him everything to succeed. On the day of the next election, I will not vote for him. But right now, he's my president. I'm going to do everything for him to succeed. Because his success is my success. His failure is my failure. That is why in the next election, I will not vote for him.
With what he has already, what is he doing with it? That we also need, you are saying we should give him everything to succeed. How is he showing us that he wants to succeed with what he has in hand now? What he has at hand, he's not using it. The people are not seeing it. Okay, and you want us to trust him with more.
You are the fear. This is your mouth, eh?
No, it's a question now. Because the oil money is there. How is he showing us that, yes, he's a reliable person? He's making good use of what is at hand. And you're saying we should give him more.
Exactly. No, I agree. But, Evelyn, what are the alternatives? That's my question. What are the alternatives? We live in a lawless state. The only law that governs us is recognizing the office of the president as the Lord over every one of us. That is the law. And I said it one thing before, that the most important thing for society to move forward is law and order. Whether you like the president or not, his office must be respected and the job of the president must be done and you must obey. Whether you like it or not. You see, and that's the angry part of it. I always say one word. They say democracy is the rule of the majority. I say it's the oppression of the minority. But the minority must obey. You lost the election. We don't care about you right now. You must obey the president. That is the only way society moves forward. I understand that the president has not used the money well. He has mismanaged some of our money. I can see the way they buying yachts, buying some rubbish, renewing that so wrong. Is that why you are there, Mr. President? Those are annoying things. But he needs the instrument to succeed too. Let's give him the instrument. Let's leave him to fail. As he failed, he knows he's going to fail. You know what I'm going to do? Come 2027, I'm not going to vote for him. But I cannot say I will not contribute to the state now because he's there. That would be disaster. Because what he might be doing might be favorable or some people might like it. I am a minority here. And law allow me to disobey only in a civil manner. And if I am caught, I'll go to prison. If you don't pay your tax, there's a penalty for it. You go to jail. And nobody can avoid that. Legally, it's not allowed. You cannot disobey the law because you think it's not working for you. The law says you should do this, and you should do it.
Then it will be abuse of power and authority.
Agree.
Because those ones that have been looting money and all that, have they sent
In
them
fact,
to
there's
jail?
abuse of power everywhere. What I see
Have they been
Donald
sent?
Trump doing in
Have they been
America.
sent to jail?
Donald Trump is actually abusing power in America. So what? Does it stop him from being president of the United States? I can tell you that 45% of America don't agree with Donald Trump. Do they obey the law? Yes. Until you get to the next election and vote him out. That's why you must not play with the elections. You must vote in the right person. Because the law does not give you that chance to regret.
We voted in the right person. We voted in the right person in 2023. Everybody knew. Everybody.
Speculation is not evidence. The court has never said so. Speculation is not evidence. Let's stop it. I told you, I've warned you already on this show that yes, you might think somebody else won the election. Can you prove it? If you cannot, shut your mouth. You are in the public domain. Please, I know what I'm saying. I will say that I disagree with the result of the election. I think there's malpractices, but I won't say that somebody else won. Okay. I'm just trying to be careful, and I'm protecting you, because I know what I'm saying. It's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to speculate and make wrong judgment. Please, legally speaking. Today, I want us to just play with why it is important to pay tax. I'm going to keep quiet right now. I have not been able to touch on this. The Nigerian government is not making enough money from taxation. We need to pay our taxes. The government needs to use our taxes for us. It's not his money. It's not Tinubu's money. The money we paid as taxes in Delta State should not be used by Oborivori for himself. It's not his money, it's our money. That's why we can accuse. That's why I can sit down here and accuse
Oborivori. Then why you are saying Oborivori? Daddy Chris, you are saying Oborivori is using it for himself. Why do you say that as well?
No,
there's a lot of contradiction in the things
I didn't say. Did I wait?
Most things you say, there are a lot of contradictions from what you are holding me. Because I have my facts. You don't ask for my facts.
Okay, maybe you have your facts. If you have your facts, you defend it. I'm only saying, engineer, I'm here with you.
That I don't have facts about.
Okay. If you have your facts, then you can defend it.
If I am caught, I've been on this boat. DSS have come. We've shown them facts. And I'm in the media. They are facts. The Nigerian Union of Journalists.
Engineer.
I'm just saying. I'm not dragging issues, sir. I'm just trying to.
You are dragging issues.
You have said your point. I'm just saying something, but I'm okay.
You cannot defend that Peter Obi won the election. Shut up.
I have not said that. I'm just talking about what you just said. But I'm just saying.
When I say this, I know what I'm saying. That's the only part I
don't know what I'm saying.
I didn't say you cannot criticize. I criticize Oborivori for using the money to control bridges.
Anything I say, you make it seem like everything I say, I just say out of context. Everything I say, you attack it. Like I'm a buffoon. I don't know what I'm saying, but I know what I'm saying. If I'm saying something out of imagination, that's a different case. There are a lot of issues happening here. But
are you saying
I'm okay?
Let's go back to the show. Thank God this show is recorded. Engineer is recorded. Are you saying the only time I tell you this is not a thing to say is when you made a statement that we know that we vote the right person and the right person didn't win? You can prove it.
There's no problem, no issues about it.
I don't jump on you like why do I hate you? Sometimes you do things. It's easy to, like I said, speculation is not evidence. I am not saying that I have my anger with what happened at the 2023 election. I'm very angry. And the only thing I come up with on the show one day, I say, electoral reform. If we don't reform it, we're not going to get any result. But that I can categorically say, oh, somebody else won the election. Where is the proof? Am I wiser than the Supreme Court? Am I more powerful than them? Even when we know they've been bought over, can you prove that somebody bought them? Were you there when they get the money? You there, Mary? All right. I don't even want to be. This is not the kind of topic I want to talk about. I really want to
Mental
talk
has
about.
embarrassing. I mean, on
I want
and
to talk
off.
about the importance of us paying our taxes. And the tax I want to say is not going to government; it goes to us. The only reason we can say to government, where is the healthcare, where is the general hospital, is because of our taxes, our collective money that is with them. If not, which man to get to tell to president say, where hospital? The only
But
reason we
this
can say that is because of the money there.
dedicate, what is the use of the fact allocation they are giving to these governors and all that? What is the use, the major use? That is one thing we should know.
Yes.
What is it supposed to be used for?
Now, as it is,
Aside the tax money, the money
let's
they
be
are
clear.
giving them that is coming from Abuja, what is it supposed to be used for? Is it not for schools, hospitals, and all that? Is it supposed to
Yes.
be just tax money? So are they doing that?
All of them is what they put together. All of it's what they put together. But let me say this, Evelyn. The fact money, once it is released to your state, it's not the federal government to tell your state what to do with it. It's your state that runs its own affairs. Your state government can actually take a loan. That's why you hear state government owing. Okowa borrowed money, from what I heard, allegedly to build a secretariat. Allegedly. Because we are owing. By implication, he borrowed money to build the secretariat. And that's shameful. Now, the federal government cannot come and fight Okowa for using the money to build the secretariat. Or for borrowing money to build the secretariat. That's not the job of the federal government. That's why Tinubu said, go and fight your governors. Can it be clearer? Now, the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says the money should be paid into the account of the state. Now, that is the constitution until it is amended. If these people are telling us now, making a new law on that how we should not talk in the social media, if they can just amend that. If the Senate can and the House of Rep can amend that, that would have been great. But they are busy telling us not to talk. Unfortunately, if we're going to talk, we're going to vote them out. If you see, there's something, law is blind, though. Law doesn't care about how I feel or what is right. Law is not about what is right. There's a big difference between what is right and the law. What you think is right is not the law. Do you understand me? What I think is right, it doesn't count. Is that what the law says? Because we are not running the country on what is right. If not so, go to church. Is your Bible what is ruling the country? Is your Bible Nigerian constitution? It's a two separate book. You want to go to church, go and read your Bible. If you come to Nigeria, you work according to the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So what do you think the Bible says? It doesn't count there, then take it out. It does not count. The Quran, whatever Quran said, it does not count. Whatever the African tradition says, what counts is the law, is the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So when we say right and wrong, that's where we go to. If we want to be saved, these men in the House of Assembly and in the House of Rep and the Senate, they are our savior. That's why we voted them in. Next time, don't vote for them. If they continue to sign book with Tinubu and do what they do, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And it's okay to disagree on so many things. Disagreement is a part of society. People are never meant to agree. Americans are not agreeing. Go to the Senate. Totally divided. America is always divided on issues. Divided. The House is divided. Always divided. But you know what? They respect one thing. Once the majority says it, everybody was what? Obey. You don't say because they didn't follow what I want, I won't obey. Then you go to prison.
Why are they obeying?
Yes.
Why are they obeying? Because they trust the system. It is
not
working
the system.
for them.
Even when the system is not, some of the things Donald Trump is doing, 90% of Democrats I disagree. But they have to obey. He's their president. He's the law. I'm using American as a very case study because we know that man is arrogant.
They don't just look at just look at what is being passed. They look at other areas. Every other thing is working.
Yes, maybe
Built
you're right.
already.
Yes. Listen, let me keep
The
quiet.
trust
Let's go
is
to
built
the.
already.
Let's go to the. No, I've been talking. I'm taking so much time. I think I should allow you people to take a look at the newspapers. Mary, because I will not be my system refused to upload the slide, so I want you to
Yeah.
go through the details.
And that's the problem. And the PowerPoint here is not working, so I can't really create slides from here. Though I would have been able to create a slide.
Yes.
So I don't know.
have the slide created. I have some beautiful images. Unfortunately, my internet won't let me do anything today. If I try to upload now, we sign out. Thank God, at least you guys can see hear my voice. Let's keep it so. It'd be like who carry an egg. You know, if you train this way, we go for a break.
Oh, you're seeing us now, right?
Huh?
But you can see us now. As your
I
network
can
was
see
back.
you guys, but I can't see your mouth talking. And I'm sure you guys can see my mouth shaking.
We can see everything about you working well.
No, when we are done with the show, you see that it was normal. Like you were talking normal. It was showing there was no network disruption from your end. So I don't know why it was like that.
Now, as you guys are speaking, I cannot see your mouth. It's just frozen images. That's my internet today. I know because it's been down since night to yesterday.
Okay.
Night. So, Mary, let's take a look at the papers. I think if we can take out some of the highlights.
I think there is a lot of repetition from these papers because as of yesterday, it was still all about the ASU protesting on Tuesday, right? And the meeting will be held today. That will give us a conclusion of what the next line of action will be. And according to ASU, today's meeting is going to bring a conclusion to what they will do because they were still protesting on Tuesday. So today is going to make them know that if they're going on a long-term strike or if they're going to continue.
They are blackmailers. Leave those blackmailers. They only blackmail government to try and get
what
something.
the country is saying. I will. But first of all, my
thing
thing is this. You see this, they are back and forth. They need to understand that it is not really just about them, it's about the students. Because we don't want to start talking about the fact that they still make money from the students. It's not just about, okay, there was a time that even the federal government released, I think about 50 million naira, right? To still sort their whole salaries issue. They are still coming out to talk about increments. What I'm saying is, this thing they are doing to some extent is not necessary. It's just because right now, when they say they want to go on a strike, it looks as if the government are kind of scared of it, right? Or they want to stop it. I wish we are in a situation whereby they just allow these people to go on strike, but it looks as if maybe they don't care about the students. Because I've come to understand that almost every time, it's one ASU strike or the other. But let's see what the Punch wrote, because I always quote according to what the Punch wrote. This is it. Following the conclusion of its nationwide protest on Tuesday, members of the academy decide their next line of action. And this comes after the federal government meets today being Thursday, to address long-standing agitations over the implementation of the negotiated 2009 FGN and ASU agreement, which triggered nationwide protests across universities on Tuesday. Earlier this year, the president, Bola Tinubu administration, released 50 billion naira. Sorry, it's 50 billion naira, not 50 million. I've forgotten that our schools in Nigeria is too much. Can't even count. Okay, released 50 billion naira to settle and academic allowances on to university lecturers and staff. However, ASU has consistently demanded clear commitment on improved salaries, conditions of service, universities funding, autonomy, and a review of laws governing the National Universities Commission and the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board. Okay, moving forward.
Are you guys not afraid of Nigeria?
Eh?
The only reason ASU is talking is because they know that there's money coming from there's a tax being collected by the federal government, and there's
it's not like the federal government have not done something about it before. No, when they collect, they go back and stay calm. Just like when you settle a woman that needs money, you now give her money. She now stay calm and allow you do your thing. Later she come again and start ranting.
Before
That's what
God,
it is.
you know,
So
say, now this person say, the first thing you do, give the woman money. Don't forget to give her money. Even
they
if you
were
don't
calm
get, go and
before.
borrow and give to
Now
her.
they are coming back again. You understand?
In fact,
To
they are
still
women. They are women. They are women. As to, you see, why this is scary is when this kind of tragedy continue, everybody will begin to do the same. And the only right ASU have to do this is because of the current structure of the Nigerian education system. If the system says go and raise your money and run your own school, they won't be coming back here. Can the federal government just come up with that? Nigerian government has already come out with giving loan to the students. So every Nigerian student cannot pay their school fees. Why are they still coming back to the government to say they want money? Then the federal government have to be sincere about this. Sincere to the core. You pay your school fees from the loan. That's how we do it here in the UK. And if you start working, you pay back.
How many
If
people
you're
have
not
the
working,
loan?
nobody
Which
will ask
loan?
you.
The federal government is deceiving people. Which loan? Which loan? How many people can access the loan? Don't allow the federal government deceive you people low. How many people can access this loan? It's a lie from the pit of hell.
Okay,
The
you know
loan
what,
is
Mary, can you get us a student tomorrow who will talk to us through this? Or engineer, you bring in student tomorrow to answer this
that is
question.
not
We want to
that
know.
is not a problem.
All right.
Not
Let
one
us
student.
talk from fact.
I will do
No,
that.
you know what you do? Really, this is really important. Let's get a student who has not been able to access the loan, why he has not been able to do so. Whether he even apply. Because one thing, awareness is even may not be there. But as a student today, I think every Nigerian student is now aware there's a loan for you to go to school. Why are you not accessing it? And the money, let's be clear, you will not be made to pay the money if you are not working. No? It's only when you are earning a particular amount of money. That's when they will take it small. I don't think it's going to kill you. Why are you not collecting it now? So that the schools can pay themselves, pay the lecturers, and we can have a stable education system. I don't understand that. I sincerely don't. In fact, I'm telling you, I will not be talking. I will tell them to go and restructure it and come back to me with a template. Simple. It is working in the UK. The government of UK does not fund universities in the United Kingdom. They don't. The university pay taxes heavily to the government. They pay heavily. We need to come to that, man. Not everything government. I don't agree with this. Tinubu, thank you for the this. I think the money you even put budgeted is too small. What is 5 billion? How many people will get 5 billion? The amount to be, and it should not be run by the state. Go.
that's the next story.
Okay.
On the Punch. Okay, okay, sorry, I didn't even read the big story. We just started analyzing. Strike threats. ASU, this is the cry prof. 525,000 naira monthly pay. Funny people. Okay, let me see. Dons insists on salary review as senior lecturer earn 386,000 naira. Education Labour Ministers meets today. And this story is on page 2. Okay, moving forward, you have 2027. Party members can challenge Tinubu, says APC.
Yes.
APC are the funniest. I saw the news that the ticket is open. Tinubu dey, but ticket is open for anybody that want to contest. Very funny set of people. I saw it, but I
it's okay. I mean, at least by law, maybe this is different. By law, they can. So if they choose not to, not be Tinubu fault.
They should not waste their money, I beg. Should not waste their money.
No, don't waste your money. It's a wise thing to do. But that you are not allowed to, it's not true. You are allowed to contest the primaries with Tinubu. Somebody who never enter power was able to do everything. And now you don't enter power, now you won't fall out, right? Wow. Yeah, no go try. No. Let's go, Mary. That news is a joke for me.
Okay, yeah, so we have APC mocks ADC over chairmanship tussle on page 2, coming from I think Mark, because his picture is there. Federal government nets 393 billion naira tax from Dangote, 9 others. on page 17.
You see,
Jonathan
you see
demands.
what I'm trying to say. You know, many this is a very good headline, which goes in line with what I'm saying today. It's the job of the government to take money from this big. See how much they got from them? From only nine firm. They are not the tax I'm talking about. It's not your 2 naira, Mary. These are the kind of taxes I'm talking about. You see how much? 393 billion. Very big credit to Tinubu. It is because some of these guys they dodge the tax and they call it avoidance of tax. They are good at it. They avoid tax, which is legal anyway. So it's the duty of government to tie the law so that you cannot avoid it. Remove some of the avoidance. No, you cannot do this. It got to go in according to the law. Otherwise, big people will continue to avoid tax, and it's legally allowed. So here is where Tinubu is trying to. If, like I said again, if we want to succeed, then the people in the House of Rep and Senate will do the job. They will tighten the rope so that avoidance of tax can be limited. Go on then.
Huh. I Chris. Anyway,
Ma,
um,
I know
still
say
on
you
the
don't agree.
punch. You have a
No, you don't agree. I don't care. I don't. Sometimes I be papa. I will talk. Now go believe me. Tomorrow I go know what I be talk.
Jonathan demands credible INEC chair, decries defections. I'm going to read the full story of this one. Jonathan, well done. Uh, Still on the punch, we have jailed monarch Oshun to obtain US court judgment
And I
on
get
page
all these
11.
pictures to share before. They pay me.
Lagos man killed in fight, suspect arrested. I have the full story, and
In
we
fact,
have
when
Nigerian
I heard
spent.
that story, and they say if you see somebody you want fight and they fight, oh, you go
Now
and
why
report
no
the
now
guy.
first of all let me tell people that are not even fighting. Now why you no good to separate fights? Now why you no good to, if you still go separate now you go end up Congo. Or you collect one heavy slap. So
Exactly. You fall that. You
so
see, there
the
are too
full
many
story is
things.
trying to say, you know, that anything that happens between Lagos in Lagos, because funny enough, it's even two different tribes. I think same thing as the way we used to complain that Yorubas are against the Igbos. So funny enough, now I'll read the full story later. That's still Igbo and Yoruba. So they were saying that
Wait.
they need to let us know that it's not a tribal stuff. So okay, we have a Nigerian spent 1.3 trillion naira on petrol in June.
You
Okay,
see
these are all the
that,
stories
lady?
on the
But you see
punch.
that headline? How much we spend on fuel alone? Fuel. Look how much.
Mm-hmm.
So,
When you look
and now
at,
this
you know
one is
that
going.
the story is not within this place because of one technical issue. You see a lineup of young people on the punch story that says 37 suspected internet fraudsters arrested by operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission in Wukari, Taraba State. For people that say Yahoo is only done in
There is
places
something
like
like that.
Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt,
I think
Taraba
that
sef get
Lagos
Yahoo,
and
Togo and
Delta.
Anambra, it's everywhere. It's
They know
everywhere.
they fear. These children know they fear. Me, I don't
You
go
know, the
try that
thing
thing for
is,
Taraba.
most times they want to really hide in a place that people, these forces will not disturb them because you know that there's no way as a young boy you're moving in Abuja, it's very difficult, very hard to see that they will not search your phone. Port Harcourt, same thing. I think Lagos is worst. Before you move from here to here, they will search you like how many times. So sometimes I want to go to these places that people will not suspect. Remember,
Yes.
if you are there, you will not spend less, even in maybe your house rent, where you go to, not too much eyes on you. But it's good to know that it's everywhere now. I know that when I was in Osun State, we have a lot of them as well there. So it is what it is. That's Nigeria economy for you. But let's move forward
Maybe
to
what do you go do for Osun State? Because that's what they do me. If I don't talk
that
one
was
thing, I go
why
say,
that was where I was posted to for service now. You should know. That was where I was posted to. Osun
so you can't
State.
go convert her to here, to us.
If you like, bring me out on the show. A
Ah,
normal thing.
ah.
So we
See
have
when they said I go, you not we go. You go work and come Abuja,
the
now they
Lagos
so.
State, the Lagos State Police Command has arrested a man, Ebuka Adindu, for allegedly stabbing Sadiq Ibrahim to death during a violent confrontation in the Mandilas area of Lagos yesterday. Wednesday.
And at the poor side of Lagos, now this one they happen. Now the poor people they fight now. Those
Two guys were fighting. Two guys were fighting, and it resulted in the death of one of them. Fight now. Streets urchins have taken the law into their hands, stabbing innocent people on the streets. Yeah, something like that. Reacting to the post, the command spokesman Benjamin Hundeyin dismissed the claim that miscreants are taking over the area. Okay, Ebuka Adindu stab Sadiq. Voila. Now I see. Oh,
I don't want to hear the name because they will be giving you stripe. They follow and now maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Poor people fight. Now let two poor men they fight. No Hausa man, no one rich Hausa man with one rich Igbo man no go fight. Now poor people they fight. Now hunger they kill them. Let's go, maybe leave those people. Maybe in fact they don't know their problem. They're supposed to fight somebody else. They fight themselves. Don't talk to them.
Goodluck is calling for reforms of Independent Electoral Commission (INEC).
He can say
No,
that
I don't want to go there. I don't know if it's because I'm seeing his pictures that he might come up to contest. That is why he's talking about.
No, he might want to come back to the PDP, not to contest.
All this why he had the platform to talk about INEC and their reforms. So why is he just airing it now? We just INEC now one problem. You understand? That needs a total revamp entirely. But outcomes is just talking now. Anyway, it's never too late to talk. That's it. But let's see what you said.
Is coming.
You said?
Around the corner. I said 2027 is just around the corner. So everyone is coming out.
That's what it said. It was making sense though. That is if we are going to follow it too. Former President Goodluck Jonathan on Wednesday called for urgent reforms in the Nigeria electoral system, focusing particularly on the process of appointing the Independent National Electoral Commission chairman, appointing the chairman, and rising trend of political defections. Speaking at the National Action Plan for Electoral Reforms Dialogue, organized by Abuja School of Social and Political Thought, Jonathan, represented by the Executive Director of the Goodluck Jonathan Foundation, Iyonu, acknowledged progress since the return of democratic rule in 1999, but highlighted persistent flaws in the electoral system. Nigeria has made notable progress since our return up to democratic. Sorry, if Nigeria has made progress since the return of democracy, sorry. Anyway, I'll come for that later.
Man, we don't make progress now.
Wait, I'll come for it. I don't want to quote what he did not say, but we must acknowledge that our electoral system we face significant challenges. If we truly omitted to democracy, we must be bold enough to reform the process to better reflect the will of the people and the principles of justice, accountability, and inclusion, he said. But democracy has made progress, fine, in the country, fine. Jonathan proposed a review of the process of appointing the INEC chairman, recommending that an independent panel composed of representatives from the judiciary, civil society, academia, trade unions, and professional bodies should handle screening and nominations. Credibility of election rests heavily on the neutrality and competence of Independent National Electoral Commission. So many questions have continued to raise on the propriety of process of appointing INEC chairman. I believe that Nigeria can also improve the process by establishing an independent screening and nomination mechanism. Nigeria, sorry, let me stop here. Nigeria, which Nigeria? The one they listen to. The one, okay, if they say Nigeria should have a say in this, they should allow us now. Why they having the inner caucus?
Maybe we don't want to waste money to vote for the INEC chairman. No, but
you don't know that the way we choose Nigeria president, we should be choosing INEC chairman as well.
No, very.
Let's choose INEC chairman.
It's not so anywhere in the world. American president should be head of the electoral commission.
You're coming to tell me that democracy has made progress in the country.
Anywhere in the world, is the INEC chairman.
Democracy have made people to press Nigerians down, made us not to have a say in the country, no freedom to speak, no freedom to do anything in Nigeria. And you're coming to tell me that democracy has made progress. In which country has it made progress? In this same Nigeria that we are.
You get Bivas before. You were a presidential, you were a presiding officer. You get Bivas in those days. Don't you have Bivas now? Don't you think our vote counted in 20 in those days? In those days, good luck for this man. Peter Obi for not get those number of votes when they declare. In fact, the process is getting better. It's just that we can win the next election. Oh God, you see, Nigeria can change in a second. We need an intellectual revolution. In intellectual revolution of the mind. And that's something I'm trying to preach every day. You don't need one revolution. No, let's go on the street and fight. No, you need an intellect. Let the people be aware. Mary, you know what impressed me? Before 2023, all the people, when you notice they don't go do anything about election, say, no, I'm just going to go and vote for Peter and go home. They registered to vote. The only problem was that maybe the process of transferring the vote to the center was where the whole complaint were. Not that we can prove allegedly. So why don't we correct that? Why don't we correct that as soon as you vote, now that we have the technology, the vote will count immediately over there. That's what we want. We are almost there, Mary. Almost. Like I said on my show, on this show the other day, if SRO TV will be able to do a contest where if you pay 50 naira, a vote will count automatically in a second through pay stack, how can we not run a credible election? How? We can. And it can be done. And people in the House of Senate, in the House of Rep, this is what they should be discussing, not to tell us that anytime we say something, they want to put us in prison. They want to silence us. Because the new approach is legally reasonable, but they know that we're going to make mistake. They tell Nigeria the best for me. The new law is, if you ever say something against somebody and you cannot prove it, it's 2 years. And I asked Mary to
all those blogs that are carrying fake news, what have they done to them since?
They are invisible. If you know them, they'll go to prison. That's what the law is saying. And a lot of victims will be there, my sister. You better wash your mouth.
PDP, you know that yesterday they were talking about the zoning to the south. Then some northern groups, I quote from Punch, not me, because the Christian will come and carry somebody when you talk. From Punch, I quote, said some northern groups are complaining, right, that why not give it to a credible person from the north so that we can get votes from there? Because if you are zoning it to another region, the north might want to take their votes elsewhere. Fine. Then I was so angry yesterday. I talked about this whole tribalism stuff, how we can actually just take it away from us and do the needful, because we are not voting somebody because we want them to come from our region. We are voting somebody because we want a better Nigeria. But that's for yesterday. Now I'm seeing that some people, some leaders in PDP, you understand, People Democratic Party, are trying to see how they can get former Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to come and contest. Then I'm asking, PDP, I thought after the internal crisis, there's some level of sense that they should have, that I expect that they should have. So after all the gara, no wonder. After all the thing, is Goodluck they want to bring. And they think Nigerians want to vote Goodluck. Sorry, allegedly, we thought I'm seeing. Because a lot of people have been complaining. I've listened to radio, listened to other channels, and seen people complain that the respect that they have for him, he should maintain that respect and not come and bring sick finish for himself. Goodluck Jonathan. He has ruled before. Not like somebody who has not tested his own power before. His own time, his own regime. You're telling me what to bring people. I don't get credible people again. What is happening?
I know. Mary, for me, I will say good luck. If you want to disgrace yourself, come out. But that would be my opinion. Legally, you can contest. Come out. Nobody's going to.
Why don't first carry INEC matter come for front? They shout for and say, "Me Nigerian begin talk."
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Good luck.
INEC or not, the Nigerian no go vote am. That's what I know. Allegedly, sorry.
The only person that I have in my book that should be against Tinubu in this election, the only person with an agenda that I want to listen to is still Peter Obi.
And the problem is that they will just split this vote for nothing. How can my own tenor. Sorry,
if obedient is the only person saying something different
because
from
I don't
what
understand. I don't understand that we finished election, we're busy complaining,
we need intellectual.
because last time Atiku shared his vote with Peter Obi, look at how it ended. I'm not supporting anybody here. I'm neutral. But what I'm saying is, in repetition of it, people are still coming back to do the same thing because they are saying you want to bring good luck to still split his vote with Peter Obi. The APC are confusing themselves.
I don't think they will do that. Don't worry, Mary. At the end of the day, it's only one person that will win the primaries. So there's no way. Good luck will win. Peter Obi in the primaries. He cannot. He knows he hasn't got the clout. See, Peter is dangerous for anybody. Peter will win any election any day. If you give that guy a chance, he will win you anytime, any minute. So they know this me suggesting, and they say this is where I can say my mind. Peter will defeat you any day. If you like, go contest with her. The only fear we have is that Baba called Tinubu. Baba, he don't hold Nigeria for brokers. Sorry, guys. He hold us there. He hold her tight. Anytime we misbehave, we go press the thing. Anybody, they press your thing, they press them, and you will know where you did. Nobody someone Nigeria they press, and you go begin, you go talk to. Go talk to. Tinubu hold us there. Tinubu can win election anytime. One, to be fair to the guy, I've been here today to say, Tinubu, the job of fixing Nigeria is a hard one. Tinubu is on the part of it. If Tinubu can just work with Peter and say, Peter, come and help me. Come and help me, son. Nobody said, come and help me. You know how good it would be? Come and help me.
You think it will work? They can work hand in hand.
Yes.
One person is going right, another person is going left.
No.
They don't have say.
Tinubu to admit his weaknesses. Tinubu to admit his weaknesses and say, my strength is Peter Obi economically.
Tinubu tell you that he has any weakness.
Wait,
did Tinubu tell you he has any weakness?
He knows. And Peter have weakness. Peter is not a very wicked person. You need the wickedness of Tinubu to rule Nigeria. You need Tinubu stubbornness. Peter is too good. He's going to be very good in economic restructuring. Peter will save us economically. But whether he go fit deal with the kind, because Peter is a good boy, More gonna know that one. A very good guy. For Peter to order certain things, they hard to go hard. Nigeria need wickedness. You need a wicked leader. Or you need a brave leader. That's what we lack in Goodluck Jonathan. It's what I'm afraid Peter is going to give to us. I'm judging him ahead of time. But Tinubu has done some brave steps. What Tinubu has not been able to do is convert it into productivity. Peter can do that for us. We are with the two people that can save us. If we put these politics aside, Nigeria will fly if we can bring them together. That's how I like to think. That's Chris' opinion. No? It doesn't mean it's right. But that's what I think. Peter Obi will convert our money into prosperity for all. Whether you go fit deal with this kind of Christian-Muslim divide, this whole thing when the rich men won't keep everybody so. Now different, to say to people when they chop oil money before, say you go collect them again. No, it's you, Peter. To tell people when they collect free money from CBN, they share. Like they
maybe that's another part. That's another thing that they're even scared of. But you might come now and where they're gaining from, they will not gain again. Who knows?
And they'll fight him. They will fight him. Are they not fighting Tinubu now? For what they are not getting? They are fighting him. They will fight Peter more. Because Peter will be going into the very heart of what you see. Let's be straight. Peter is not going to even be more concerned about tax. He's going to be concerned about how we're going to make money from the other angle. But Tinubu is telling us we can make money from taxation. Yes, it is true. And he has started by, you see, one of the headlines today, only 5 companies, look at how much they pay as stars. That's where you do it, my daughter. When I talk about taxation, I'm not talking of ordinary Nigeria. How much should I get? How much Dangote they make? Dangote is going to raise almost 30 billion now. In assets, money. There's a man you keep, but you pay stars. And that's what Tinubu will do. Leave Tinubu to do that one. Why Peter do economic growth, productivity? That's me. Because me, I don't want to be president of Nigeria when I look that kind, these two sides of it. On one side, I'm crying that there should be productivity. On the other side, somebody have to crush all these demonic elements that are there. They need to be reduced. I don't know them, so don't tell me who are the demonic elements. But they are there, you know. Crush them. Larry, let us go to the one important topic I bet before we go close it. We can't leave me to come run a show for the next time.
They are not here. I think they have network issue.
Then we can just finish then by saying let's talk about this new law. I told you to look at it carefully. When you know the person at the heart of it, this is my slide when I work. The image when I display there now our Senate president is behind this, and that other guy, the other guy when he like Regina husband, now the two of them.
Is it which we like who husband? Ned.
Ned and Akpabio. Now they no one make the social media they talk. May they not? Yes, social media they lie. Now all of us.
And they took it personal.
Very, very personal. I know.
They took it to another level.
They don't get that easy now. Ned went supposed to be very exposed person. You see, one thing I always say to the government is, let the people. There will be people who will talk rubbish. Counter them by giving us information. Talk to us daily. Communicate with us. We will discard. We are not stupid. Maybe somebody say, that Chris did this. I'll get my mouth. I go talk with her. I don't need to worry about all what the people say. If you are on the public domain, people will say all the things about you. You can't change that. Look at me here. I did here. They talk of Donald Trump when they're American. I say my own opinion about him. Some of them may even not be correct. He go come find me for here. He is the president of the whole world. That's what they claim. So the whole world will have right to talk about you. If you are occupying a Nigerian office as the Senate president, you are the president, you are the face of Nigeria. We have right to talk about you. And some of them may not be president. Some of them even be lie. Are you saying that if your children do something wrong, you go say the killer? So if my kid says something wrong about me now, I don't disown her. That's not how you behave. To those, much is given, much is expected. This law, legally, you are right. You can put people in prison, but morally, it's a shame. You must learn to look, not to look the other way, or always look the other way when it comes to mess. Bible says if you look every corner, you will see shit. Look straight. A leader with a mission will look straight. He doesn't care about all these small things people say. They are petty. How can you waste your time with petty things? That's what the government of Nigeria has done today. Social media, how many things they social media when they do they affect your leadership? What all the good things they are saying is what you are not comfortable with. Too. I know they are lying against you in some ways, but maybe you are not comfortable with the good things they are saying. They never gonna give us electoral reform. Una don't do. So una salary too much. Una don't address them. You see, these are the things. And by the time you don't talk to us as senators, if somebody tell us say you they collect 2 billion, I will come out and say so. It's not my fault. I will quote him. What you need to do is tell us from time to time what you are doing with our money, with our lives. You are carrying our destiny, sir. You need to communicate with us. The law says, how many of now when we want to take us to court now, says that we have freedom of information in Nigeria. How many freedom of information is this house giving to us? Now, Actually, this is why I have problem. If they can implement the freedom of information, I can also now. How much goes to the local government? Then I will not be speculating. But you will not give me information.
Oh, that quiz is out. I think network. Even yeah.
Okay. You know, we have been talking about.
Is your videos back?
Yeah, you know, we have been talking about the tax. That so we have a video of Tinubu when he signed the tax reform. So let's see the video. Let's play the video and see. He signed the tax bill. I mean to say. This is going to be something serious. 2026. It says everyone is going to start paying tax from the year 2026. And me, I don't know how they are going to be collecting this tax. So that is another thing. Because so many people will not want to pay tax. That is something I was trying to let Dadike understand. People are happy to want to pay tax abroad because
What's
the system is working.
Am I with you guys?
Yes, yeah, with us.
If the video is not talking.
Yeah, we are playing a video where you know, we'll be talking about the taxation in Nigeria, and Tinubu saying that everyone will start paying tax in the year 2022. That is from next year. That's from next year, everyone will start paying tax. So we are playing the video of him signing the tax.
In process of nation building, even the block work takes a bender and concrete cement to build the body. Is what you have provided is leadership and courage in the face of dispute. Nowhere in the world that tax reform will be any easy. Some tax bills that you might read in your textbooks might even sound sometimes like reading in English in Japanese. Very difficult, twisted equations, reverse ideologies. At the end of the day, what you must land with is the hope to develop the people and show the right character towards the destination. We are in transit. We have changed the rule. We have changed some of the misgivings. We have opened the door for new economy, business opportunity. We are showing that Nigeria is truly, truly ready and open for business. Easy in, easy out. And the question of our tax to GDP and all other formulas will be obsolete.
He's always saying this in, easy out. That the tax is to build a nation, to change things in Nigeria, and all that. And me, I will keep saying, what is the use? Daddy K, you say I'm against it. Everyone is supposed to pay tax. But have you shown us example that, yes, our tax is going to like do something better or change Nigeria? Because we've not seen anything coming out from the oil money. How have you built the trust with
you cannot say you've not seen anything, no.
But how have you built the trust with Nigerians with the oil money? Everyone will be celebrating that, yes, we are willing to pay tax because everything is going on well in the country. There are jobs, employment is good.
Daddy is not seeing anything wrong.
No, I don't get. I'm not saying, Daddy, I'm not saying it's bad to pay tax. But the
But
oil money is not
in which country?
It's for the people. The oil money is not for their pockets, it's for the people. How have you built their trust with the citizens with that money that you are not bringing this one? That is the question.
Yeah, I agree. It's a difficult one to answer. What I'm always saying is that, what are the alternatives? Because Papa chop money, he go make the family not come put money for mama and make we cook eat. You see,
Okay.
Let me put it this way. Now, if you get a father that is a drunkard and the all children are working, because they give the money to Papa, Papa come they take the money, they go drink. Now we go sit down, plan out, we don't give her the money again, maybe give the money to Mama, make the food for each us eat. No, we need to just find a way. But we know say the alternative now not be to give the money for the house, maybe we eat for the house. Is that the thing to do? That's the only way I can explain this. The need to pay the tax cannot be contested. Like I said, it is right to do so. The question is, the use of our taxpayers' money is questionable almost everywhere in the world. That is the part where we are now saying, let us question them. Like President Tinubu has just said today too, that me and they follow one person one by one. Tinubu said we could ask our governors. We don't ask them really. Now only Tinubu would they ask so we could ask that one. You see, Tinubu, you get role to do, not push us to them. That's what I told Tinubu. Don't push us to them. You make sure say the money reach local government. Make sure say the money when you give them, say you tell us how much you release to them this month. We cannot ask for what we don't know.
Yes.
Do we even know how much the states are getting monthly? Tell us, announce it on a monthly basis. Show us where to get this information. You guys in the press are giving us that. All right, I know it is released monthly. The information are not sure it's secret. Please, we need to be giving this information out so that we know what Oborowori is getting and what he's spending on bridges. It's very important. And Oborowori is obliged to tell us how much he generated internally and how the money is being used. Maybe this is not their money, it's our money. That we don't ask, that's where the press has failed. But if we ask, they didn't give to us, then they have problems. So let us, at least, like what you said now, let everybody now, every press in Nigeria, do their own due diligence by asking, Oborowori, how much did you receive from the federal government? How much did you generate? How did you spend it? It is our right. We, the press, are supposed to ask and disseminate this information to people. We are not allowed to sell fake news. But in the absence of that, we are forced to sell fake news. If they don't give it to us, then we will speculate. That's where we are. And now they go to the Senate and say, oh, you put them in prison for speculating. We will continue to speculate. You will continue to imprison them until you have the
It's really questionable. It's questionable. We have talking about the trending news of the day. We have another video. We have a video of a retired Nigerian footballer, Sunday Olisa, which it was a defensive midfielder. He spoke about the reason why most of these footballers, when they retire, they become poor and have nothing to rely on. And he said, from his words, the Nigeria Football Federation is dead in Nigeria. Let's take a look at the video and hear from him what he said in the video.
How come players, in spite of what they earn, they go broke afterwards? If you are lucky as a footballer, you will play football to the age of 35. That is if you are lucky. Unless you are one of these extraterrestrial that we have now, which is Ronaldo and Messi, who can play up to 40. No. If you play your career to 35, and then you retire at 35, and God allows you to live up to 70 or 80, you still have 35, 40 years to live. How much would you have earned to be able to cater for yourself on a monthly basis? Rufai died at the age of 61. He stopped playing football 25 years before. Now, if you multiply 25 years by 12 months that he had to go through before God called him up to heaven, we are talking about 300 months. That is 300 months that the man had to cater for himself, his wife, the kids, and the family, and friends. How much must he have earned to be able to do that? It's almost impossible. So that means for Ruf,
Yeah, that's Sunday Olisa, retired Nigeria footballer. He was a great defensive midfielder, and he spoke the reason why most footballers, Nigeria footballers, go broke after they retire. He said most of them that you play to the age of 35 to like 40 years, and since you're a footballer, when you retire, you want to work in, like, look for employment in the area of football and all that. And my question is this: why is it that during the time they are playing football, they make a lot of money? Why is it that they don't invest in other business? Must they go in line with football? I know that is their career. That is what they have been doing all their life. But since you know there is nothing coming from the government after retirement, why is it that they don't invest in maybe a private business or their own personal business, real estate? There are so many things they can do. I know it's not easy, but coming out being broke after playing for years with all the money you made from football is something I really don't understand. Because footballers, they make a lot of money, yeah. Some of them
Unless the money
even
they say they are
go
paying,
to the
unless the
extent
money
of
is,
buying
unless
houses,
is a
buying.
fallacy.
Many of
Because
them
all the money they say
they
they
live
pay them, how
lavish.
come they become broke?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Most of them, they don't invest. They should invest in themselves, their own personal business. They don't have to rely on the government, hoping they were great footballers in the country. When they retire, the government will take care of them, or maybe give them social amount of money for this. They should invest in themselves, open personal businesses, do things, because most of them, they live lavish life when they are still in the age of their playing age, the age of the football players. They play till 35, 40, and they retire at the age of 35 or 40. That is not old. And many of them, they still go to look for employment in the area of this football, and it's not helping out. How can you play football in Nigeria for years? You make money, and then at the end of the day, when you retire as a footballer for Nigeria, you become broke. So broke. Look at what happened to the late goalkeeper. The family was going around soliciting for funds for the funeral. It's really shameful and sad. But I'm asking a question: why don't they
Evelyn, I for
invest?
don't
Why don't
sign out. I come back because of I want you to suddenly say fuck up. I need to treat him fuck up. You understand? It's easy to say, sorry, I use the word F. It's easy to blame Nigeria for everything. They should ask themselves, how productive have they been? You see, it's one thing to be a player. A good player will not sustain you. Thank God they now know that. A good worker will never sustain you in life. That's why the Nigerian, if as at the time they come back to Nigeria, there's a Nigerian football league, all of them would have been coaches of the top team. This guy that became the judge became a very successful coach. They gave him the national job. In the UK, you don't need to be the coach of England to be a successful coach. Being coach of Man City, Chelsea, those are big paying jobs. These jobs are open to the Sunday Olise. They should be thinking of how to have a national league, a successful football league in Nigeria. Until that happens, this thing, when will they cry will remain. Government of Nigeria not get money to pay. When you play for Nigeria, will not pay you. We not pay you. We not say you serve us, thank you. We paid you the time you were working. These children now, they wake up. How much will they give the women so? And then not be them, will they give big money so? If they retire tomorrow, they say they will not pay them. They must think of how to sustain their own part of their Nigerian economy by making football a viable business in Nigeria. I cannot do it. It's only Sunday Olise, we need the judge, Okocha, that can do it. Kano, these are world names. They own Nigeria that much. I don't talk finish when I hate me.
But must their life revolve just around football, even when they've retired?
Yes, that's where they know. That is their expertise. How can you go and invest in what you don't know? Evelyn, you know, I'm in business for years now. The worst thing that can happen to a man is go and invest in what you don't know. I want to buy cloth in Nigeria. Do I know the cloth that is going to sell? Somebody will be doing it, not the one that sells. I want to buy tea and send to Nigeria. Do I know the kind of tea you drink in Nigeria? It's easy to speculate. You need to have experience doing it. That's why the Igbo man succeed. He go there 8 years, they learn how to sell biscuit. At the end, he become an expert in the sales of biscuit. He know where to buy, he know how much to buy, he know which people want it. How can I know? How can Olisandro know about all of the guy hotel? Una know anything about hotel? Una know how to run hotel? Being a footballer teach you how to run hotel. Why do you think you'll be successful there?
Or they can put people in place to run such businesses for them. The income will be coming to them.
Without knowledge of the business, they'll continue to fail. This is where Olise would have been an expert. Own a football agent. Begin to recruit players, sell in Europe. You make money. This is your area. Evelyn, you go fit sell footballer for Europe. Can you sell footballers in Europe? Can you even sell footballers in Nigeria, in Africa? No. These are the guys with the contact, with the expertise. Invest on what you know. Okocha is a brand, a big name. Okocha football team or Okocha football agent. He knows the coaches. He got their contact. He go call directly. Me, I know them. If Okocha won't come do film business now, he won't give me money, make film for her. I'm not going to chop him money. This is where I'm good. I'm a filmmaker. He can only give me money to make film. How can he be sure what I'm spending the money on? Mary, if I give you money to make film for me, I know how much you. You misbehave, I know. You do well, I know. Because this is my job. You can't invest on what you don't know. Let them ask themselves that question. I only talk. I don't sign out. This my system is signing me in and out. But I think this is
already just past our time, so
yes.
Yeah, we're already at the end of the show.
All right. So let us not begin to blame only us. Everybody needs to have a blame. You know what I say to them in the movie industry? If you think say by the time all the small money they earn, I say go carry you reach old age. You don't get insurance, so that's why most of these our top actors they don't get insurance. No money to treat them when they're sick. They begin to beg for treatment money. You never experience that. Then say to be in front of camera and not be a successful thing. That's why they must create a very happening atmosphere. So the industry to continue to excel. And they must find themselves in it. A word is enough for the wise. I will let you guys close the show from there. I don't have the capability to do so from here.
Okay. Yes, I am. I'm here. Just like what I've said. Invest in what you do. You don't do things because you see others doing. I think that is one of the greatest mistakes we make in life. You want to venture into something because another person is doing it. It's a problem. Do you know the challenges that comes with that? Because the truth is, every business, whether a successful one or not, will always have their own challenges. So, can you tell the challenges that comes with the business you open because you see another person opening it? That's another thing. Today, you see everybody opening their own podcast. They think you just open a podcast and start making money. No. You buy data, eh? You buy data uncountable times. You promote. If you don't have money for promotion, it's not something that you just stand up and you start making money. You see somebody cooking, and the person is making money because they're cooking mama put. You want to start cooking mama put. You understand? You don't do, just be yourself. One of the greatest blessings in life, and one of the greatest things you can do for yourself is to be yourself. You don't have to be seeing anybody, just do you. Because if I want to do something I love, I will last in that thing. Why? Because I am in it because I love it. My love and passion is one thing that have been driving me in what I do. But if you want to come in because you see me doing it, you might not be able to even stay. You might not be able to understand the ethics of what I'm doing. And that is the thing that people fail to understand. Look at these footballers today. Most of them are skillful, some of them are not. Some of them went into it because of connection. Okay, today they have played, they're stay to remain a success. Because as a footballer, you're a celebrity. So what are the other investments you've made apart from the fact that you're a footballer? I think with all these past footballers we've had, the young ones will learn from it. If they're not learning, then I don't know what to call it, because we've seen them countless times coming out to complain about how broke they are. Then people that are actually playing right now, that are making money right now, are supposed to learn from them to make a difference. Not to finish playing after how many years? Some play more than even 35 years. Then you come out and start complaining of how broke you are. One of the people I wish I never see complain of brokenness are the footballers, because they make a lot of money from it. Then the recent one we have, they have even more endorsement than even these ones that are retired.
Tell the
Tomorrow
music,
they come and
Daddy,
tell us they are
tell
broke.
the musicians to tell them all them when
Tomorrow
they
they come and
popular
say they are
now.
broke.
After some time, you know, if you sing again, but now boy no go fit sing again.
Hey, that's what I was saying. But Daddy, you are saying football is all they know, all their life is the only area they can invest in. With the way Nigeria is going, he's saying that the football federation in Nigeria is dead. Since you know it's dead, will you just be focused in that area?
The
Nigeria is a
money that they
country
were
where
paying me, what did he use it for? The
Nigeria,
money they
yeah,
were
Nigeria
paying
is a
him.
country where people diversify in business. You see someone doing so many business, which one will succeed?
I agree.
That's
Evelyn,
in
I only
Nigeria.
talk about the yes, Evelyn, I agree with you, but I was only afraid of the fear of diversifying on something you don't know. Let me put it this way: a musician today, he knows that he can have a music brand, he can have a label, he can begin to have musicians. Naira Marley is a successful young man, not because of his track alone, because of the people when he don't sign. So you must be entrepreneurial. Number one,
But that one is Naira Marley's record, right?
yes.
The music he's doing or the people he's bringing in is for himself, not the government.
No, I'm
Is he
talking.
singing? Is he singing for the government?
Oh,
He's not singing for the
Naira
government.
Marley
These people
is benefiting from what? He pays so much tax from what he's doing
for
on
the
a good day.
people, but it's for him. But these people playing the football, Nigeria Football Federation,
No, they
is
play
the
football for
money for
themselves.
them?
No. They play football for themselves. They
I'm,
serve
I'm talking
Nigeria,
about
Nigeria
the
play them.
fund, the
No,
fund that comes out
Evelyn,
of it.
Evelyn, they did not play football for Nigeria. Yeah, they represented Nigeria at a point in time. But they went to Europe to play football for themselves. Were they giving us that money? The time when they play for Europe, Sunday only said play for Dortmund, many places. He they give us the money. The time he served us, did we pay him? Did we? Let's take a look at these guys now. Then Sunday only said win cup. They give them one houses. So many things. Now, like, when you win something, you must get something. We don't pay. I beg, we will not be sentimental about this one. These boys, they have made it, they have gone to places where they can actually excel. If Nigerian football not good, we said it all. Europe football don't die. English league or German league when he play, they don't die. Inofficial players there, tell him to think outside the box and stop disturbing our airspace. These guys have no excuse. Like Mary said, these are the people who had the opportunity to make it all. If you're hungry tomorrow, it's your fault. The same thing I said to them, Bonaparte. Time go come. This your voice, you not go be like this again. Now, sometime. If you're gonna survive tomorrow, it's your brand. Today, when brand is the one that is even counting, not even. We are trying to make Nigeria a brand so that we can sell Nigeria. Made in Nigeria, everybody going to buy it. You cannot create a brand when you are popular. Okocha is a brand. Do you hear the word? Okocha is the greatest skillful, is the most skillful footballer I've ever seen. Use her now, sir. If you want fight for Nigerian Green Eagles, Super Eagles, say that then you want to be coach. Or which job you want to do? Hunger and I could be your name. No verse. Evelyn, I don't talk my own, not verse 2.
Yeah, you said your own. I've said mine, but it's really sad that these people will come out at the end and say Nigeria failed them after their service to Nigeria, although they get paid. But are they not supposed to have the way people, the police and others come for pension after they retire? Are the government not supposed to be responsible for these people after they retire? I'm speaking because of the late goalkeeper,
Yeah, you
where
are right.
his family were going around soliciting for funds.
And that
Yes.
is something the
So
federation should
they
do.
said Nigeria, they said us.
Yeah, but Mary, Evelyn,
all
that
had-
money not go reach them spend, though. That money not go reach. Our pension not go reach these people spend, though. Our pension and the kind of money they were making. How much are we going to pay in my pension? You see, I don't know how to explain that. These are people earning
At
about
least it will be-
$200,000 a week. How much Nigeria get to pay them? Do you know how much did these children salary in a week? We go fit pay. And wow, we will not go there. We will not go there. People pay 200,000 a week. They want that money. They have been exposed to the world. They are bigger. In fact, they don't, the thing only say no understand. Also, they only say it's a brand. You fail to use it, sir. Nigeria
I
cannot
don't
even.
even want to believe that is broke.
you can
You cannot be broke. It's not possible.
They are broke. Oh. People are saying, you don't understand. If not be money when Okowa, when this boy will get now, they give Okowa for don't broke. Any money that you just spend, Okowa will now put money in so many areas. How many they bring money back? If you not take time, now you go able to pay them. Go invest on what you don't know. You go they pay till you die. Go invest in television, may you see. Not try them. So there are certain things you must understand it before you do it. You must invest in the area where your core expertise is. Mary, we say the Igbo apprentice. Emeka will go the second for you. Emeka learn am. He stay there for some years. Start somebody. Know the difference between drugs. How much they say there? You go fit sell for chemist. If I put you there, now can you sell? Will you know the drugs? The boy spent time to learn it, and that is his expertise. He's an expert. Talk finish. Carry your money, go on that place, we go chop up. Nigeria are good at that. You go begin crashing and wish. My elder brother say, now the when you like that, now Robert speak for that. He said when you plan wrongly, you go say now wish cause. Now your grandmama cause. Now your grandma not the one you go pay for you. Your grandma the one you dey sell for the whole world. You know kill you that time, and now when you don't feel now cause. Now tell me now say now my village people cost my own. They're not the one that they succeed since. I bet when I didn't know. Let's let me shut out. I saw old man talk. Wait, let me shut out. No that talk. Every take in the stadium. Let's let me shut out. Go laugh. Listen.
In as much as we are serving, these people are serving the country, they are serving the nation, though they are getting paid, they shouldn't forget themselves.
Thank you.
Forget there is tomorrow.
That's it.
They shouldn't forget the future. Also invest in yourself. Gather for tomorrow. Don't come out and say you are broke, or the reason why you get broke because the country has failed you. They don't remember you or this.
People will never see food shop. Where did they go talk? And what
if you invest well in yourself, you don't have to be fully dependent on the country to help you out when you are retired.
Make I sing one song for you. I bet sing that for Sunday when they say. Ugaga, modiamo. Ugaga, modiamo. Ọmọ mi mú you koro manyo mano ikieli. Come on one yaw. Say pikin when I put for bag say match fish. What of me when they take like the waka? He can't say for the song say pikin when the mama go market they cry. What of the pikin when the mama die? Sunday only say when the mama go market they cry. What of people lecturers when the serve they no pay their pension? When did they go talk? And how much lecturers they ask? How much? You serve us small, you go Europe, go make money, come back. You they cry. What of the people where they insist when they serve from the beginning to the end, they not pay them?
I don't think he's actually speaking for himself, though. I don't think he's the one that is passing through this.
But I'm addressing those. No, I'm not talking
to
other
footballers.
I'm talking to when I talk just now. You see when I talk, I name Okosha, I name Fini the judge, I name all of them. All of them will go. You see, this boy say something. Ahmed Musa. He said if he don't want make Osimhen can't end up they run around, they look for Nigeria to be the bench, the best footballer we've ever get for Nigeria. Now I'm Amokashu. Now we call the bull. That boy play for us. If Amokashu let break, I could take you put up. When I see on my head, go strong. Today now what did they do? Now to be assistant coach, now they run around, no food. Now me kosa. When Omokashi was Omokashi, now Tunisian woman he marry one girl for Tunisia. Then when Omokashi be Omokashi, today Omokashi not be Omokashi. Now me kosa, now grandma kosa, and Nigeria kosa. That's where we end the show at least. We will end now because we don't go. I mean, we will do 3 hours for this one. But we stop. Yeah, we end the show right now, right here. And please end the show. You end the show.
Same time. We'll be here same time tomorrow. Rise and shine on AROT with more intriguing, interesting topics to talk about Nigeria and how to solve the problems we're facing in Nigeria. Please do good to follow us on all our social media handles. On Facebook, on Instagram is SROTV Television, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, SROTV Television. See you tomorrow, same time. Thank you for staying tuned with us.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9915 or 080-70